Hi guys, this is Hugh T. So, contrary to popular belief, baby chickens and big chickens don't get along. They don't know the little babies. They don't like them. So I originally had what I call my baby nursery. And I'll try to put a picture. I think I have an old picture. So I still have a little bit of my baby nursery left. It's right here. So it's inside and it has my light on. So you see that? And then whenever I shut my door, they can get in and out. But what I had extended this. There was a different piece that came all the way out here. So it would kind of take up a little portion of my run. And then that way it kept the babies separate from the mamas, my big ladies. I don't have any roosters, so I don't have any of their babies. And then I have this plywood that would be the roof, and that would just keep them out. But I was driving to Home Depot one day because I needed to do something with the garden, and I thought, what else can I do? Because the PVC pipe was kind of very temporary. It really wasn't a perfect fit, so I really kept on thinking about there's got to be another way. So as I was driving to Home Depot, I happened to see a yard sale, and this lady had these kind of plantain type shutters. See them? They probably covered either doors, because they're pretty long doors, or long windows. So she had 4 of them, and I'm thinking I can do something with those, but I just didn't know what. So I kept on trying to think of what I wanted to do and what could I do. And she was like, hey, look, we're wrapping up, so I'm going to give all those to you for $7. So I figured for $7, I'm going to take them and I'll figure out something. So I loaded them up and brought them home, and I was thinking, shoot, what can I do? And I thought, baby nursery. So I got them, and I put one on top of another, and 2 of them are one size and the other 2 are a little bit smaller, so the smaller ones I put up on top. And then what I did was I put some hinges in the center part. So on the center part here, this is where they come together. There's a hinge. So what I'll do, and I'll show you. I'll try to put it together real quick for you. Alright, so what I do with it, so you can kind of get an idea here how it looks. Normally it's pulled out a lot further, but it has a little roof. And then what I do is I open these guys up. So what happens is the babies can run in and out, but the mamas can't. So like I said, this lady right here is probably about 2.5, 3 months old, and they can't squeeze through there anymore. But when they were little babies, they would just run in and out, and then they could come out, and if they needed to get away from the bigger chickens, they can just run back in. So it ended up being a great idea. And if you can see right here, I just had a little extra piece of wood that I made, this little piece, and it fits perfectly kind of in the door, so they would be able to come in at night, and they'd be able to go into their safe little area with their heated lamp. And then inside there, I would just put their own water and their own feed, so that way they didn't have to come out and try to compete for feed. But that was my little baby nursery idea. Turned out to work out pretty great. So now I have a nice little nursery for my babies whenever I get them. It keeps them away from the bigger chickens. And then they kind of, if you wanted to close it completely up until they are a little bit older, if you notice that there's some problems, you can definitely do that. But luckily my chickens, they adapted really well to the babies, probably with like 2 days, 2-3 days. So that was really nice. Like I said, if the bigger ones kind of got a little fussy and were being mean, the little babies would run in there and be nice and safe. So my chicken nursery, hope you like it. Hope you like my ideas. If not, I'm sorry. A lot of these things just came out of necessity and just trying to figure out a different way of doing things and something that worked for me. If you do like them, please feel free to hit like, subscribe to my channel, Guys, take care of yourself. Big kiss, Hugh T. Bye. Hi guys, it's Hugh T. I was just giving you an update on my baby nursery. So I have little babies all out in my run right now. And then this is their nursery all set up. So they're allowed to run in and out, but the big chickens can't get them. So I opened up the run for them. Well, I opened up these little slots so they could have the whole full run to run down. But what I noticed was they were getting out into the actual garden and getting trapped in places. So what I did was I just added this little fencing for the bigger chickens and then just put on one side a little step up. I realized for some reason they couldn't see this, so I just, with some paracord, made it really secure so whenever they jumped over, it seems to be working quite well. So the big chickens jump up over and then they jump out and then they have free reign of the garden. And then they also were destroying my garden. So we came up with the idea of doing this goat wire or hog wire around all the individual boxes. Let me come over here. So that's what the new garden looks like. You see my tomatoes are doing really, really well. I noticed actually the chickens don't like to eat the tomato plants, but they like to get into everything else. They actually didn't eat this one. For some reason it's dying. It didn't. Something went wrong there. But see, this here kind of does poke out, and the chickens will eat it a little bit, but not too much. And the nice thing is I have some watermelon growing, and watermelon can get way out of control, but they kind of peck it and eat it and keep it under control for me. So that's really great. I have some flowers growing inside, so I have a couple little flowers in there, so I'll get some watermelons and hopefully they won't be able to reach that. I might end up adding maybe some chicken wire just to the bottom portion of this. I didn't realize how big of holes these really were. So they can get their necks in, you know, for probably about 4 or 5 inches in there. So I'm going to still tweak that design. My husband loves every time that I do something different to the garden, and actually drives him completely insane. He wishes that it would just be done and I wouldn't have to come out here and keep on messing with it. So I do live in Arizona. It's quite hot, so I decided that's why I started letting the chickens out of the actual run and give them full access to the garden. Cool thing is from where the water drips over here, a lot of times they'll sit underneath that because it's nice and cool. And then this was some herbs that I had last year. And I was going to cut them, but then I realized they love to hide in there. So since it's so hot, I'm just going to leave it until winter and then I'll just clean that all up. And like I said, babies are in here nice and happy. Baby nursery, and it goes inside. So they have shelter at night, and then they just come through. There's a little opening here. So if you ever find some old plantain shutters or some old, just any type of shutters, these were for French doors, definitely reuse them. It's a great idea. So happy little babies. Mamas are happy. Babies haven't quite figured out the water feeder yet, so they have in their little run, they have their own food and their own water. But hopefully soon. I already did make a little step up over here for them so they can get up there and then hopefully get up on that brick and then drink from it. They haven't quite figured it all out yet though. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Talk with you later. Bye.